My name's Sue. I'm here today because I'm a Bedford resident. I was born in Brickhill, raised in Brickhill, and then I've lived in Putney for the last 20 years. I'm here today because I'm upset about the news about the East-West Rail link and the decision to take the route north further than the route south, which is, as a Bedfordian growing up, has always been, we've been told, is a preferred option. So I've walked this countryside for 20-30 years. I love it. It's becoming increasingly important to me during COVID times to be able to get out in the countryside. So I wanted to actually come and physically see where the route would go, and I thought I'd take the opportunity of recording it to show you guys as well the impact that this route is going to take. So I'm standing at the moment on Clapham Road. This is where the proposed route will make entry up into the countryside that goes around Brickhill and into Ravensden. So this is, the route will go up this hill. We don't know the exact point at the moment, but at least it gives you an idea. The route will come from behind us. So this is where the route will go into Bedford town centre and up to Midland train station. And we think that the train route will probably have to actually come under this road somehow, so there'll be a tunnel or a cutting under this route. So yeah, this is point one of 4 other points that I'm going to show you today. Okay. Hello, so we've come up to the second point now that I wanted to show you. This is Carriage Drive. This is a private road and public bridleway that leads between Brickhill down here and Clapham Green Lane up here. So this is the point somewhere where the train track will rise up and cut across here. And I just wanted to point out that this is the area where the train track will come through and then start bearing round to the right, going close to Brickhill. As I say, this is a private road, so there are some private residential dwellings down here. So again, that means there'll have to some kind of significant infrastructure to keep this right of way open. So one again would presume that maybe it's a bridge or something. I just wanted to point out that we've had quite a significant walk up from Clapham Road to get up here again. So just thinking about that gradient that's going to be needed and the depth of the cutting that's going to be needed in there. We have been told that the council and the developers are really pushing on the regulations of the gradient that's allowed and kind of increase them, so that's a significant worry that they've had to push those regulations to be able to make the scheme work. Okay, so now we're at the third viewpoint that I wanted to show you. So we have come from Highfield Lane. We've walked up the footpath that goes past Highfield House and Highfield Farm, and we've just walked up the hill. So this is a really good spot to show you the sweep of countryside that's going to be affected by this route. If you remember from the second vantage point, we're now the other side, Bedford, and from the few residential houses that I pointed out that need to get access over Carriage Drive. So woodlands over to my left, and then walking around here, hopefully behind me, you'll be able to see where the railway will sweep in and go close, very close to the North Brickhill estate there. And then finally the railway track will bear round to the right and go up through the open countryside and on to Ravensden. Just a chance really to take stock at the expanse of land that's going to be affected. So this is the fourth point that I wanted to show you. We are now actually on Brickhill Lane. Again, you've got the housing estate here, and actually quite interesting, this field now is designated for, I think it's about 120 houses to be built. You can see that they've started to take out the hedgerow already. So a case of buyer beware to anybody wanting to buy a house on this land. But I just wanted to point out that 300 yards down this way, the railway will need to transverse this road somehow. So again, I would imagine that would be some kind of cutting or tunnel. Again, a really big scar in the landscape. There's been some documentation that this cutting will have to be up to 95 metres wide in some place. So if you think about that, that's like 100 metres. So if you think of a 100-metre track and then think about that put onto this landscape and travelling at some length, yeah, it's just heartbreaking. So this is the final spot that I wanted to show you. We have now come down the small valley and we're standing by Ravensbrook. So I wanted to show you this because it's been my favourite spot during the pandemic. It's about a 10-minute, 15-minute walk from my house, and it's a place that I come to regularly to escape and get my exercise. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to say this is where the railway will be coming through at some point. We don't actually know between here and over to the other side of Sunderland Hill at what the path the rail route will take. There has been a local engineer that has drawn up some maps, and according to one of these maps this could be kind of on the border of the affected area. But just really to give you a chance to show you this area. So finally, I just want to say thank you for coming with me on this journey. I hope I've given you a good impression of the landscape that's going to be affected by this route. I'm only a local person. I only enjoy walking along this countryside route. You know, I really feel for the people who've got homes and businesses and land that will probably have to be compulsory purchase orders through that. What impact that's going to have on them, I don't know, it just doesn't bear thinking about. So I'd like to take this opportunity to say, if you have any feelings similar to me, if you feel like you've not been consulted, as I said before, as Bedford residents we were always told that this route was going to go south, and then it was just sleepwalked into a decision where the council suddenly decided that they wanted to take this north route. So please, it's a plea out to you, please tell your friends and family if you support this view. Raise your objections to the lack of consultation that's happened. Let people know what impact it's going to have on you. As I say, there are groups that are being formed now, and hopefully we are getting a momentum behind it. There's been over 1,000 people that have signed the petition about this route, so we've got really good momentum, but we really need to push forward and make sure that everyone has a chance to have their point of view heard. So please talk to your local councillor, talk to your borough councillor, talk to the mayor, log your views on the East West Rail Link Community Hub, and there is an email address that you can put your concerns to about lack of consultation and your viewpoint, and that is fightroute, all one word, @outlook.com. So that email address again is fightroute@outlook.com. So yeah, please, let's just raise our voices and get ourselves heard. Thank you.